The Elder Scrolls 6 isn't releasing anytime soon, but let's have a look at 5 fan theories for the Elder Scrolls 6. Welcome back, my fellow companions, into another video here on the channel. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. Let's move on to the theories now. The very first fan theory is a completely revamped combat system. Over the years through the series, we have seen some growth in the combat systems from game to game. While Skyrim has decent enough combat to enjoy it, there are still too many inconsistencies with hit registration, awkward animations, and bizarre ragdoll physics. If there is any area that needs improvement in Elder Scrolls 6, it would be tightening up the combat to at least meet the current generation standards. You can think of games such as The Witcher 3, Elden Ring, Black Myth Wukong, and Assassin's Creed, let's say. And you can grasp some of the mechanics that they've used in those games to bring it to your own and make it even better. With that being said about the combat system in the Elder Scrolls, I find when the game was released, it was fantastic. We've never seen anything like that. And obviously, since Skyrim's still a very playable game with your modding system, it's been a really great increase. The modding community has actually made the combat way much better. And it's actually really good that when you get into the modding community, when you try one of the mods, let's say Lorium, the game is like a brand new Skyrim, and you don't even realize that you're playing Skyrim, but it is Skyrim, which is the incredible thing, and the combat system that they've got with it is phenomenal. This is what Bethesda must do for the Elder Scrolls 6 to make it a generational type game. Moving on to the second fan theory is the Elder Scrolls Co-op Edition. Now, we know that Bethesda aren't afraid to try something different in the gaming culture. We've seen this with the Fallout 76, and yes, that went terrible. But I wouldn't be surprised if they bring that to the Elder Scrolls. Now, we know that there's a lot of games coming out lately that have been introducing the Co-op Edition into their game, and I'm going to be very interested to see if that's the case. Games such as the new Elden Ring has just released a whole game for the co-op. Baldur's Gate 3, and now I know it's a different style of game, but you can play with your friends, and you can still live in the amazing world. And I wouldn't be surprised if the next Elder Scrolls 6 game is going to be having a co-op edition. Now, it may not be at release, it may be a new edition for maybe a few years down the track, but I feel like this could be a real chance. Now, do I really want this? No, I like the game that it's just about your sole character. You can maybe build your own companion, and you could work on them. Like, I feel like the customization might be a lot better in this game. So you can create, you can hire some soldiers. Let's say you hire some red guards. Obviously it's probably going to be in Hammerfell. Then you might hire some mages or, such and such. I think it would be a really cool addition. But to have a co-op edition to play with your friends, I'm not too sure. And I feel like the bugginess would be really bad, and there'll be a lot of glitches. I just don't know. And another thing is that I feel like Bethesda might hold on to is that Fallout is such a big franchise, the same as Elder Scrolls. It's not as big as Elder Scrolls, but it's still massive. And even when they went to the co-op edition, it failed so bad. So I'm hoping they kind of stay away from it. Moving on to the third fan theory is to customize those weapons. Now, I think this would be a great thing into the Elder Scrolls 6 because we've never had a customization into your weapons. Now, I don't know if there's been games that you can actually customize your own weapons. I haven't played any that I can remember off the top of my head. Let me know down below if there are games like that. But it'll be so cool that you can change, like, let's say with your one-handed sword, you can change the guard or the blade or the hilt or even the grip. I think that would be a great thing into the game. And like, changing your axes, changing your bows, just it'd be so cool. And the level of customization shouldn't end with the weapons. You should be looking at how Starfield was with your ship, the customization of maybe your horse, your customization of your house, maybe even a customization of your own city, maybe a customization of your companionship that I was just talking about maybe you could have in the game. This doesn't have to end just at the weapons. You can have a full game of customization and you can do everything. Because this is why we play the Elder Scrolls franchise, is because of the freedom you get to do with whatever you want and the in-depthness of this world. If Bethesda make the game as in-depth as it was like in Skyrim, the customization will make it that much better and it will be the best Elder Scrolls games yet. Is this a possible chance that could happen? I'm not too sure if it's possible for the weapons, but maybe for your own house or horse, I think it's more of a chance, but I'd love to see it with the weapons. To the fourth fan theory is that consequences matter. I've talked about this in another video, but the thing is, I'm going to talk about it in more depth. One of my personal favorite features of the Elder Scrolls games of the past was the ability to end anyone. In Morrowind, you could literally eliminate any of the quest givers, making sure to remind the players of the repercussions prior to attacking. Many of the fans would love to see this in the Elder Scrolls 6, become more of a sandbox RPG experience. And this is where ultimately the franchise should be heading. You see games such as Baldur's Gate 3. A simple and small choice can affect everything, can affect how the factions relate to you. You could say, for example, if you're the leader of the Fighters Guild and people don't cherish you or don't look up to you, then what's the point of being the leader of the Fighters Guild? We've seen this over the past few games, like obviously Skyrim had the companions, and once you were the leader of the companions, everyone just thought of you just, as a Dragonborn, like that was it. There was nothing else. In Oblivion, the Fighters Guild, that was it. You didn't get cherished. What about walking into the city and you get people look at you and you see the AI and you see the NPCs looking at you like, oh my god, that's the Fighters Guild champion, or that's the Fighters Guild leader, or people even kneeling for you or looking at you and like trying to offer you, do you want a cup of tea or something? I don't know, something like that. Another example could be the Dark Brotherhood. You could join the Dark Brotherhood, and as it's the most feared faction, people don't want to know you. People don't want to speak to you. So they're scared, they're frightened of you. So as you're walking, people are kneeling down, crouching down, covering their eyes, saying, don't hurt me, get away from me. Or the guards say, you better watch it. It shows that the type of impact you're having over this world. If Bethesda can make that your choices matter in the game, I think this would be one of the greatest games ever. And I know I'm going to say this a lot, and I'm a big Elder Scrolls fan, but they need to make that consequences matter. The problem is you didn't have many choices in the Skyrim. You could either choose the Stormcloaks or the Imperials, and that was it. Everyone's going to have a different storyline. Everyone's going to go in with an open mind and be like, I have no idea what to do and what to say. There's going to be choices that are going to be good. There's going to be choices that are going to be bad, but you're going to learn over time. You're going to have your reputation with your wife. If your wife doesn't like what the things you're doing, she might get a divorce. She might leave you. She might even try to assassinate you. People might try to assassinate you, and you have to try and adapt from that. How cool would that be? I think that would be an amazing addition to the game. Let me know if you'd like to see that consequences and choices matter. Now to my fifth fan theory is going to be new races. Now over the games we've had similar races and there's not been really anything new. We obviously know that the location is going to be Hammerfell. Well, obviously we don't know. We obviously basically know that it's going to be set at Hammerfell, so we're going to go off that it's Redguards, and that's the main population of Hammerfell. So that's going to be a big race in Hammerfell. But I feel like there's going to be new races that's going to be added into the game. The Elder Scrolls is a game that allows you to customize your character to your heart's desire. Each race has always felt unique in their own way by possessing traits that were unique to them. Yet for as deep of a cast of characters races we get to choose, it's been a while since we've had all new races added to the stories. The Dwemer and Akaver are the two obvious choices in this. But here's an importable idea. What if the player gets to be a junior Daedric prince on the rise to power? I know that Hook has its limitations, but it's not uncommon for the Daedric to possess uncanny abilities. The player could possess the ability to alter their looks, including their race. This could mean you'd be capable of shifting into any race at will. I think that alone would outdo anything we've seen from the franchise this far. Now, I don't want to go into the diversity of the world. It's a very opinion based. I went into it in a recent video, and with my opinion, me expressing it was obviously getting backlash. But the thing is though, I feel like that's definitely going to be in the game. There's going to be a lot of diversity in this game. So I feel like that's what's going to happen. And I'm not a big fan to it, but obviously you're going to have to accept it. Now, Bethesda could create their own and brand new races. Obviously, I said there was few races that are in Hammerfell that could definitely be into the game. But the thing is though, I wonder if that's going to be the case. Elder Scrolls 6 has so much potential to be whatever it wants to be, and it could be so good or it could be so bad. We've got no idea. With the reputation that Bethesda have been providing the fans over the past few years has been dreadful. It's been shocking. So the game is not looking like it's going to be anything great. It has to be the most perfect game ever, and I think these 5 fan theories will make the game so well. Well, there you have it, 5 fan theories for the Elder Scrolls 6. They could be true or they could not be true. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite one is, or what you would like to see, or is there a theory I didn't say? If you're a fan of Elder Scrolls and would like some more content, I'm doing everything Elder Scrolls. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 2.5k subscribers because that really helps a lot. I appreciate you tuning in for the video and watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.